Alright, let's take a look at our first news focus story. 자, 그러면 첫 번째 뉴스 포커스 살펴보겠습니다. 인도네시아 정부가 인구 과밀과 난개발에 따른 문제 때문에 수도 이전을 추진하기로 결정하면서 새 수도가 어디로 결정될지에 관심이 쏠리고 있습니다. Let's listen to the story.
According to the country's planning minister, Jakarta's days as the capital of Indonesia may be numbered. The country's newly elected president has decided to relocate the capital, although an alternative location has yet to be determined. Should the move become a reality, it could take up to 10 years and cost upwards of $33 billion. One impetus for the move, although not specifically cited as a reason by the president, is the fact that Jakarta is sinking at an alarming rate.
네, 현재 가장 유력한 입지로는 인도네시아령 보르네오 섬의 칼라만탄, 또 그리고 술라웨시 섬이 꼽힌다고 합니다. 이후 자카르타 같은 경우에는 경제 중심지로서의 역할은 하지만 이제 수도의 역할은 상실하게 된다고 하죠. According to the country's planning minister, Jakarta's days as the capital of Indonesia may be numbered.
Right, so the first phrase that we'll look at is actually someone or some things, days are numbered. So, of course, here with Jakarta, it falls a little bit differently. It's separated, but the expression is days are numbered. And if you say that someone or some things' days are numbered, you mean that they will not survive or not be successful for much longer. So an example I could use from the news, back on Monday, people might have said that President Maduro's days as the president of Venezuela are numbered.
네, days are numbered. 그러면 며칠 안 남았다라는 뜻이 있습니다. 상황에 따라서는 뉴스에서도 이제 임기가 얼마 안 남았다라고 쓸 수도 있겠고요. 아니면은 개인적으로 은퇴하기 전에도 my days at this company are numbered라고 할 수도 있겠죠. Okay, the country's newly elected president has decided to relocate the capital.
Yeah, so that's one of those words with that prefix re, which means again or sort of doing again, and that means exactly in this case to move a building, a company, or even a person to a different location. So relocate, move to a different location. Here in Korea, many government offices like the Ministry of Education and the Prime Minister's office, they relocated from Seoul to Sejong City.
Absolutely. 이전하다라는 뜻의 relocate. 장소를 옮기다, 이전하다. And an alternative location has yet to be determined, although many guesses have been coming out.
Yeah, they've announced a few candidates.
Yes, indeed. Now, should the move become a reality, it could take up to 10 years and cost upwards of $33 billion.
So we'll look at that phrase, to become a reality. Now, if you say that something has become a reality, you're saying that it is happening. It is moving from an idea or a concept into the real world. So, for example, many of the tools and weapons in the sci-fi movies of the 60s and 70s are slowly becoming a reality today.
아하, 뭔가 실현되다 아니면 현실화되다라고 할 때 become a reality라고 할 수 있겠습니다. 수도를 이전할 것인데요. 이제 정확히 수도가 어디로 정해지느냐에 따라서 이 시점이 좀 달라지겠지만 그게 결정이 되고 나면 그 후로부터 한 10년 정도가 걸릴 수 있다라는 내용이고요. One impetus for the move is the fact that Jakarta is sinking.
It is sinking indeed very quickly, as a matter of fact. We're going to look at that word impetus. Very interesting word. I-M-P-E-T-U-S. Impetus. And impetus, in a very general sense, is a reason. But more specifically, it's the force or the reason that makes something else happen or happen more quickly. So if there's anyone who's ever lived in another country, well, we often say that the impetus for people to move to another country is to start a new life or to find better opportunities.
원래는 이제 어떤 힘이라든지 자극을 뜻하는데요. 여기서는 원동력 정도로 볼 수 있을 것 같아요. 어떤 이유라든지 이런 의미로 볼 수 있을 것 같습니다. Okay, let's listen to this story one more time.
According to the country's planning minister, Jakarta's days as the capital of Indonesia may be numbered. The country's newly elected president has decided to relocate the capital, although an alternative location has yet to be determined. Should the move become a reality, it could take up to 10 years and cost upwards of $33 billion. One impetus for the move, although not specifically cited as a reason by the president, is the fact that Jakarta is sinking at an alarming rate.
Alright, let's take a look at our second news focus. 두 번째 뉴스 포커스 살펴보겠습니다. 현지 시간 지난 30일 뉴욕 증시에서 미국의 원조 기술주 마이크로소프트가 시가총액 1조 달러를 돌파했습니다. 꿈의 시총이라 불리는 1조 달러를 달성한 것은 지난해 8월 애플에 이어 두 번째입니다. Let's listen to the story.
Microsoft Corporation recently recorded a market capitalization of $1 trillion, becoming the third U.S. firm to do so after Apple and Amazon. With the new trillion-dollar feather in its cap, Microsoft has cemented its position as one of the world's corporate giants. All eyes are now on Google to see if it can reach the formidable mark. If it does, many point out that President Trump's MAGA slogan, "Make America Great Again," could take on a whole new meaning, namely Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple.
네, 꿈의 시가총액이라 불리는 1조 달러 마이크로소프트가 어제 현지 시간 30일 달성했습니다. 여기 기사랑 또 제가 두 번째라고 얘기를 했는데요. 약간의 상이한 이유는요. 아마존 같은 경우에는 작년 9월 장중 시가총액은 1조 달러를 넘어섰어요. 장중. 하지만 종가 기준으로 봤을 때는 도달하지 못했습니다. 그래서 이제 장중으로 보게 되면은 마이크로소프트가 세 번째라고 볼 수 있겠지만 이제 종가 기준으로는 두 번째입니다. All right, let's look at the article. Microsoft recently recorded a market capitalization of $1 trillion, becoming the third US firm to do so after Apple and Amazon, and as I explained.
Sure, depends how you measure it.
Yeah.
We're going to start off by looking at the word firm, F-I-R-M. In this case, firm simply means a business or a company. It's often used for lawyers or law offices, but not exclusively. But you might meet a lawyer who might say, I work for the firm of Choi, Park and Foreman.
그러니까 기업이라는 뜻 아니면 회사라는 뜻이 있는데 law firm 이런 식으로 특히 뭐 법과 관련된 회사에서도 많이 쓰는 단어고요. 여기서는 tech company를 firm이라고 부른 겁니다. With the new trillion-dollar feather in its cap, Microsoft has cemented its position as one of the world's corporate giants.
So let's look at the word cemented. I think yesterday Mike covered a feather in its cap, so we can move on from that. We'll look at cemented. Think of cement. It is a very strong material. And if we cement something, well, we're making it strong. We are making it firm in a different sense. So to cement something means to firmly establish something such as a reputation or an agreement.
확고히 하다라는 의미의 cement가 여기서 쓰인 거고요. All eyes are now on Google to see if it can reach the formidable mark.
Well, if all eyes are on someone or on something, that means everyone is watching to see what will happen.
Right. And what does it mean when you say a formidable mark?
Formidable means to inspire awe or wonder. It implies it's impressive or sometimes even inspiring fear or respect because of its size. We often hear it in sports. After a boxing match, the winner may say of the loser he was a formidable opponent.
굉장히 대단한 상대였다라고 얘기할 때도 이 단어를 쓸 수 있고요. 여기서 어마어마하다라는 의미인데 formidable mark가 바로 이 $1 trillion mark를 지칭하는 겁니다. 꿈의 시총이라는 이 1조 달러요. 그래서 이제 기존에는 우리가 테크 컴퍼니들 하면은 팡 시대다라는 표현을 썼었거든요. F-A-A-N-G. Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google. 그런데 지금은 마가 시대다라고 얘기를 합니다. Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and Apple. Let's listen to the story one more time.
Microsoft Corporation recently recorded a market capitalization of $1 trillion, becoming the third U.S. firm to do so after Apple and Amazon. With the new trillion-dollar feather in its cap, Microsoft has cemented its position as one of the world's corporate giants. All eyes are now on Google to see if it can reach the formidable mark. If it does, many point out that President Trump's MAGA slogan, Make America Great Again, could take on a whole new meaning, namely Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple.
네, 참고로 이 MAGA라는 단어가 기사에 나와 있듯이 원래 미국을 다시 위대하게 만들자, Make America Great Again, 그 트럼프 대통령의 슬로건이기도 합니다. 그런데 이제 이 네 개의 회사, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple의 첫 글자를 어떻게 조합할까 하다가 마침 딱 들어맞아서 좀 패러디했다라는 얘기가 또 있더라고요. Alright, well that was our second news focus story. Let's remind our listeners of the quiz.
Well, speaking of acronyms, our quiz has another very important acronym, that is BTS. BTS enjoys worldwide popularity. The group's fan club is also super popular. The fan club is known as the blank. Is it number 1, Army, or number 2, Navy?
짧은 문자는 50원, 긴 문자는 100원에 샵 1045로 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. 1부에서는 추첨을 통해 총 5분께 유기농 건강즙 보내드리겠습니다. 노래 듣고 와서 News Focus 3 살펴볼게요. Here's Jack Johnson singing If I Had Eyes. Let's take a look at our third News Focus story. 자, 세 번째 News Focus 살펴볼게요. 우리나라만 해도 명절 때만 되면 벌어지는 국민 대이동 생각에 머리가 아픈데요. 13억 인구의 중국은 어떨까요? 올해는 예년보다 길어진 나흘짜리 노동절 연휴를 맞아 여행객이 급증하면서 일부 기차역이 아수라장으로 변했다고 합니다. Let's listen to the story.
A surge in travelers in China because of the extended Labor Day holiday has reportedly reduced some train stations to chaos. Reports indicate that passengers have been unable to board trains despite having tickets, as other passengers failed to disembark at the correct station. Despite being given a full refund, those passengers who could not board the train have been left holding the bag for other expenses related to their trips. Officials estimate more than 160 million people will be traveling during the holiday period.
네, 이번 노동절 연휴에 전국적으로 중국에서 여행객 1억 6천만 명 이상이 여행을 할 것으로 그렇게 예상된다고 하는데요. 표를 못 구한 채로 열차에 오르는 사람들이 너무 많아서 정작 미리 표를 산 사람들은 열차에 타지 못하는 그런 해프닝이 벌어졌다고 합니다. Let's take a look at the article. A surge in travelers in China because of the extended labor holiday has reportedly reduced some train stations to chaos.
So we'll kick it off looking at that very first word, surge. Now, surge, S-U-R-G-E, is a sudden and large increase in something, and it has a nuance of being somewhat brief as well. So we often hear that word in weather reports or news reports when there's a big flood or storm. We hear of something called the storm surge. So all the rain falls down and there's a surge in the water levels. It's quick, it's big, and then it dissipates.
네, 급증이라는 뜻의 surge가 여기서 쓰였어요. Reports indicate that passengers have been unable to board trains despite having tickets because other passengers failed to disembark at the correct station.
Right, so we'll look at that word, disembark. Disembark, well, we can maybe imagine from context here. It means to get off the train, literally. So that's also applicable to other types of vehicles. I don't think we'd use it for cars, but we would certainly use it for ships or airplanes or trains. To disembark means to get off.
내리다라는 뜻인데요. 주로 비행기라든지 기차, 아니면은 뭐 우주선에서도
Disembark? Yeah, I think you could
쓸수 있을 것 같아요.
disembark a spacecraft. Sure, why not? Yes, absolutely.
근데 자동차는 좀 어색해요.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it for a car.
Oh, look, 선생님 is disembarking from his car. 좀
Yeah.
이상하죠.
Unless it was a really, really big car and a really, really important person, maybe. But I
okay.
think not generally. Since we're talking about it, the opposite of disembark, embark.
아하, there you go. 반대말은 앞에 dis를 뺀 embark가 되겠습니다. 그래서 disembark는 내리다의 느낌이지만 이제 굉장히 큰 그런 교통수단에서 내릴 때 그런 느낌의 내리다입니다. 네. 어떤 일이 이제 일어나는 거냐면, 그러니까 처음부터 뭐 표 없는 상태에서 기차를 탄 게 아니고요. 짧은 구간의 기차표를 끊고 나서, 그 다음에 열차에 타가지고 목적지를 지나서도 계속 타고 있는 겁니다. 근데 이게 가능하대요. 그래서, 나머지 차액에 대한 거는 그냥 기차 내에서 지불하면 된다고 하거든요. 이러다 보니까 정작 그 다음 역에서 타야 되는 사람들은 타지 못하는 그런 일들이 지금 벌어지고 있고요. 소셜미디어를 보니까 중국 소셜미디어, 웨이보 이용자들은 내려야 할 사람들을 내리게 해야지. 왜 타야 할 사람들을 환불해주냐라고 하면서 기차역에서는 이제 환불해준다고 했지만 이거에 대한 불만도 굉장히 큽니다.
You know, and it wasn't one of our words, but since I mentioned it, I feel I have to say something about embark. Embark means to get on a plane, train, or ship, but
Yep.
we also use it more generally when we're starting a trip. So we might often hear in the news President Moon Jae-in embarked on a 4-day trip of other Asian nations.
Right. 그래서 embark라는 단어는 뭔가 이제 시작하다라는 의미도 있기 때문에 embark on a trip라고도 할 수 있겠습니다. And despite being given a full refund, those passengers who could not board the train have been left holding the bag for other expenses.
Yeah, and probably quite literally, they'll be holding their bags in their suitcase. But here, the meaning of to be left holding the bag is more figurative. And if you are left holding the bag in this sense, then you are in a situation where you are sort of responsible for something. So imagine this family had a very big trip planned. Of course, they may have booked rental cars, they may have booked hotels. Although they got a refund because they could not embark onto the train because the other passengers didn't disembark, they got a refund, but they're still left holding the bag. They're still responsible for those other expenses such as their hotels and car reservations and other things.
네, 표를 예매했지만 기차를 타지 못하는 승객들은 이제 환불을 받았어요. 그렇지만 나머지 부분에 대해서는 여행을 이미 계획했고 그 나머지 비용도 다 지불을 했기 때문에 여전히 손해를 보는 게 있다라는 의미의 they are left holding the bag가 쓰였습니다. Let's listen to this story one more time.
A surge in travelers in China because of the extended Labor Day holiday has reportedly reduced some train stations to chaos. Reports indicate that passengers have been unable to board trains despite having tickets, as other passengers failed to disembark at the correct station. Despite being given a full refund, those passengers who could not board the train have been left holding the bag for other expenses related to their trips. Officials estimate more than 160 million people will be traveling during the holiday period.
Now let's announce the answer to the quiz.
Well, our quiz today asked this question. BTS enjoys worldwide popularity. Their fan club is also super popular, but what's the name of the fan club? Was it number 1, Army, or number 2, Navy? Of course, it was number 1, Army.
네, 그렇습니다. Army 1번이 정답이죠. Congratulations to our listeners. 김혜숙님, 권오민님, 끝번호 0538 쓰시는 분과 3216 쓰시는 분, 또 조시윤님 모두 축하드립니다. 유기농 건강즙 보내드릴게요. 저희 모닝 스페셜 홈페이지에 들어오셔서 주소를 꼭 남겨주셔야 저희가 주소지로 상품 보내드립니다. Alright, well lots of people have been writing in, but before we get to that, what is today's expression?
Well, I think today I'd like to go back to an expression that we just heard a moment ago because perhaps there are a lot of people traveling over the long weekend here, perhaps. And so I'd like to look again at that word disembark, which simply means to get off.
네, disembark.
If you are traveling, you may hear this. The flight attendant might say, as you disembark the plane, please be sure to take all your belongings.
아하, 그러니까 비행기에서 내릴 때라는 뜻의 안내 방송에서도 disembark라는 표현이 나올 수 있습니다. Instead of saying get off.
Yeah, I don't think the flight attendant would say, as you get off the plane. It's a little too
They might, but
casual.
it
These
is very
days,
casual.
maybe. These
Yeah,
days,
depending on
maybe.
the airline.
Sometimes, even if we're talking about planes, they say deplane.
Oh, okay.
As you deplane, but that's a
Really?
whole other thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Disembark가 오늘의 표현이 되겠습니다. 혹시 주말에 긴 여행 떠나시는 분들, 기차라든지 배, 비행기를 타셨을 때 내리는 거를 disembark라고
Disembark, yes.
한다. 기억해 주시면 좋겠네요. All right, fantastic. Well, let's take a look at some messages. 김형욱 님이요. 아미, 저는요, 아미의 에미입니다. 라고 보내주셨어요. 오늘 중간고사 시험 마지막 날인 아미들 화이팅 하라고 전해주세요. 라고 보내주셨습니다. Do you know what this means?
Yeah, the midterm period.
No, the
중간고사.
아미의 에미. Did you
Oh
get
no!
that?
Well, I saw a little reference to it there. That's why I sort of was taken
Okay.
aback. But otherwise, no, I wouldn't have known.
네. Well, good luck to all the army members if you're taking an exam today. Best of luck. 오선화님은요. 수진쌤, 인도네시아 자카르타의 유학생 멘토링을 함께 했던 팬디가 살고 있어요. 한국에서 학교를 마치고 작년에 돌아갔는데요. 2년 동안 가족처럼 지냈어요. 정말 보고 싶네요. 모스를 통해 안부 전해주세요. 라고 보내주셨습니다. Well, Fandy, if you're tuning in to the show right now, your friend Osana, she says hello, and we'd like to say hello as well. Thank you so much for everything you did. Apparently, you've become a member of this person's family at heart, which is very, very sweet. I hope you have a great time back in Indonesia.
You know, I always say it's nice to hear where our listeners are listening from or where they've been, but it's also nice to hear their connections around the world as well.
And I hope you two meet again soon in the near future. 노마의 휴일이라는 아이디 쓰시는 분이요. 퇴근하고 손녀 어린이날 선물 사러 갑니다. 근데 구미에 살고 있어서 택배로 보내줘야 되는데 좀 늦었네요. 라고 보내주셨어요.
Uh-oh.
Better late than never, I guess.
Well, that's a
though.
great expression, yes.
All right, well, thank you all for your messages. And thank you so much, Mr. Walter Foreman.
Always a pleasure to be here. I hope everyone enjoys their long holiday weekend and has a great and importantly safe Children's Day.
And we'll be back on Monday as
Yeah,
usual.
we'll be here, sure.
Yes, all right. 월요일날 다시 뵙도록 하겠습니다. 네, 선생님 보내드리면서 노래 듣고 올게요. When we come back in hour 2, we have 영작 극장 and we also have lifestyle tips with 정아. This is Berlin, Take My Breath Away.